To demonstrate the Compass Vascular Access, you're going to want to have a Compass Vascular Access device, a standard syringe, a standard introducer needle, a guide wire, and your prepared pressurized pad. So the first thing you'll want to do is take the device and turn it on. You'll do that by holding down the button until you see the 2 zeros. That means it's not only turned on but also calibrated. Next thing is go ahead and secure your syringe, and I always tell people to put that on nice and tight because they won't be taking that off. And then also attach your needle. These are standard lure connections, so any syringe, any needle are going to work. And also a reminder to the clinicians, the physicians, that they want to keep their bevel up and screen up. Okay, to demonstrate the vascular access device, I usually will do it myself and then give them an opportunity to use the device on the pad. And so most people are using ultrasound these days, so I simulate using the ultrasound probe and then gaining access with the device. And many people are pulling a vacuum, so once they get into the tissue and pull that vacuum, they're going to see a negative 199 on the device's screen. And then as they gain access, they're able to aspirate as normal. And then if they look at the screen, they'll see a nice venous pressure there. So then I tell them they usually will put the probe down, and I remind them at that point they're kind of flying blind after that. They don't necessarily know where their needle tip is. And so it could be possible as they're reaching for their guide wire that they accidentally go through the back wall into the vein or into the artery, and then they would see that pressure pop there. That gives them a nice warning signal, not only by the number, but by the flashing of the number, that they are out of the vein and into the artery. On the side here is the pressure bar that's more of an instant pressure. And arterial, that's going to be that'll be pulsatile. And then as you go back into the vein and you see the number settle, this bar over here will then be respiratory variations. So now that we're back in the vein, we're ready to advance our guide wire. And as I'm going through this process, I'm reminding the customer that they're getting a continual confirmation that their needle tip is in the vein, and then as they're feeding their guide wire through this double valved guide wire port, that they will then be getting continual confirmation that their guide wire is now venous as well. So then once the guide wire is in place, then they can go ahead and remove the entire assembly here and finish the rest of the insertion as usual. Once they have finished the insertion, I remind customers that they can take the needle off and attach it to the pigtail of the catheter for one final confirmation of venous placement. This also helps them comply with the 2012 ASA guidelines that recommend confirmation of needle, wire, and catheter.